Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is that awareness plus understanding equals knowledge. It's like it was an epiphany I had last night while I was meditating, man, and I just thought it was so powerful to realize that, and I wanted to share it with you and kind of discuss it with you this morning. Is that, think about this for a second, and you see what I'm saying is the truth, is that everything that happened around us, it's like when you're learning a new trade, it's not that the knowledge wasn't always there, it's just that you wasn't aware of exactly what was happening and understanding how they all work together to produce the outcome, which is the desired result we're going after. So it's like as we develop and build our amazing life, people, it's like same formula here. It's like increase your awareness of yourself, to see the things that your strengths, find your strengths and weaknesses, and especially your weaknesses, because the strength is easy. You don't have to go looking for that. That just spews out of you. But the weaknesses, what I realize is that a lot of us as people, no exception here, is that we shy away from a lot of those, and my suggestion for you today, and what I'm encouraging you to embrace, people, is I want you to embrace your weaknesses. When I say embrace it, I mean really be aware of it. Like, face it with courage. Like, in other words, develop the courage to face your weaknesses, man, because the more you develop your courage to face them and identify that, okay, I'm not as good as I would like to be in this area and all these areas, because there's plenty. Believe me, people, there's plenty of areas for growth for everybody, including myself here. So it's like I want you to face your weaknesses, your shortcomings, and have the courage to really acknowledge it, that that's something that you really need to work on. And it's like that's the first part of the equation, is to be aware of it, and also something to really reinforce and give you the motivation that you need. Is I also want you to think about what is the negative effects or the cons of you not facing those weaknesses, because that will help you, people, to motivate you to do what is necessary to change those flaws or things that you need to work on. So first step, identify, be aware of the weaknesses or the areas that you need to improve in. Be aware of that. Be also aware of the impact, the negative impact that it's having on your life. In most cases, people, you don't realize it, but the fact that you won't face your fears, you can't fix or solve a problem that you don't identify exists. So that's why you keep repeating these same cycles and you're not changing, because you're not dealing with the real problems or the root cause of the problems, not just the symptoms. You can't just cover them up. They're not going nowhere. Your problems are not going to solve until you acknowledge them and intentionally work on them. And sometimes, people, depending on what it is, it ain't even something that you got to physically do yourself. The fact that you're aware of it, then you could pray on it and you can rebuke it in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do, people. For anything in my life that I don't desire, I intentionally rebuke it right there in the spirit, because that's where all these things live anyway, first, before it's physically manifested. So you can actually rebuke it and just be very self-aware moving forward, not to repeat or do those same things, because you have been enlightened in a sense that you now know that that's one of your handicap. That's one of the things you need to work on. And more or less, man, it's like that in itself, people, is what education look like. Is that for anything that you desire to learn, especially when it comes to like characteristics, habits, just ways of being, is that those are the real things that you need to work on, people, is intentionally work on that stuff. Like, intentionally allow yourself to feel the gravity of the benefits that will come once you work on these, because that also is a motivating factor. But also acknowledge, obviously, the consequences. If you don't change, of course, your life will continue to repeat those problems, because you cannot move on or get a breakthrough from something, people, until you own that space and acknowledge it and take responsibility for it, that the way that whatever those situations are, it's your fault. you know and you have to own that, man, and take responsibility for it. And then whatever that looks like solution wise, believe me, it will come to you, because at that point you have educated yourself of the things that you need to work on. And to me, that's more powerful than any degree or anything, man. Is if you can develop that skill right there, you will always be learning, you will always be growing, you will always be evolving, you will always be developing, man, into a bigger, better version of yourself. And that to me is a very exciting journey, because the universe is your teacher, man. And you are a great student because you are taking action and applying different approaches to change the outcome. And that is essentially what life is that you don't have to know all the answers, people. You just have to keep trying, keep taking actions, different actions, until you get the desired result you want. If something is not working, you can't keep doing it the same way, people, and expect a different outcome. That is indeed the definition of crazy. And if you don't, if you're not crazy, it will make you crazy. So my point is, man, that is indeed the lesson today, people, is that I want you to really, create knowledge for yourself. And the way you create knowledge, people, is to be aware of yourself. Because everything, people, see, once you realize that the world is simply a mirror of you, then you stop trying to change things outside of yourself and instead only focus on the things you can control, which is you. The reason why most people are frustrated and don't even realize it is because they keep trying to change other people. They keep trying to change symptoms. You know what I mean? You got to go to the root, man. The root of every single thing you experience is you. And the more you work on yourself by being able to have the courage to face your weaknesses, face your faults, face your issues that you need to work on, man, then that's what it looks like for you to create an amazing life, people. You know what I'm saying? And that's where all your blessing truly lies. And that's what actually allowed God, man, to really choose people that he anoints to do his work, because it shows that you're humble. The new currency, man, is truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to identify and face your truth, people, because once you identify and face your truth, then how can you ever feel guilt or shame? You cannot, because you've actually accepted the worst of yourself. So therefore, nobody can't use it against you, man. And you're living an authentic life. You know what I'm saying? You're not walking around here pretending to be something you're not. You're acknowledging who you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you powerful, people. That is your strength. That is your blessing. That is your anointing, man. And the more you're able to tap into that, believe me when I tell you, that's why and how the Spirit of God is able to use you, because you're decluttering yourself, man. You're making room for God's anointing. It's like if you have too much clutter and chaos inside you, then he can't use you. It's like you got too much drama going on already. You have to remove those chaos and drama, man, and peace will find you. Peace, be still. That will become and be your portion, because the anointing of God will be upon you, and he's able to use you, man, to really, just like he's using me, to be a testimony of what is possible when you truly believe and humble yourself and allow the Spirit to use you, man. Anyways, people, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. Shout out to the Caribbean and the entire African diaspora. People, my purpose for being here on this earth, man, is to really unite the Caribbean and Africa and the diaspora. And the fact is, people, the way we do it is by standing united, man. We stand united, people, always. We stand united. You know, don't let nothing divide us, whether it's racism, colorism, classism, you know, whatever you want to call it, different types of government, socialism, democracy, all these things, man, are just labels, man. At the end of the root of all of this, man, realize that we're all people and we all got the same wants and needs, man, which is to create an amazing life for ourselves and our family. I don't care where you are in this entire world. That is the vision, that is the goal for every living being, man. They all want to create a better life for themselves and their family. And as we recognize that and realize that that's our common bond, then the humanity can shine through and allow us to really, you know, be the cause in that matter, not just for ourselves, but for others. You know what I mean? And that's how the blessing comes about, and that's how we all fulfill on God's promise, man, which is to bring about the greatest prosperity period that this world have ever seen, people. You know, all the genius, great ideas, they're all here right now. It's just that we have to tap into this, people, and stand united. Let's inspire each other. Let's motivate each other. Let's support each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's really go out our way, man, to change the old way of being and create the new reality that we want to see. You know, with that being said, man, shout out to my declarations over your life, people. Number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three, people, is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. One shout out I want to say, man, is I'm extremely proud of Jamaica, man. The president, prime minister down there, Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, is doing a really good job, man, as far as transforming this country and bringing us up into the greatest period ever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just extremely happy and proud of the accomplishments of Jamaica and the Jamaican people, man. You know, I look forward to being there next month, man, and, you know, getting the alliance, the trading organization going and so forth. And indeed, guys, just happy about the progress, man. I'm very happy about that and looking forward to not just Jamaica, but all the Caribbean and African countries continuing to elevate, man. The thing I say real quick, again, I said it several times before, is that the people like myself and countries that have been neglected and have, you know, people have low expectation of us, we're the people, man, that's changing this world. And recognize and own that, people, because that's who and what we are. That's who we're being, you know what I mean? We are transforming this world, man. My pride, my pride for everybody today, man, is really take this message to heart. Start creating knowledge for yourself. Remember what I said, people. Increase your awareness, especially of self and your surrounding, but definitely yourself. Find your weaknesses. Have the courage to face your problems, face your issues, face your weaknesses, and get busy working on that intentionally every single day, people. And realize that as you work on that, man, you know, then it's like the answers will come to you on how to resolve it and taking the actions. As you take the actions, there you go, people. You're creating the magic, man. You're changing your life because you're finding solutions to all your problems. Y'all have a blessed day, people. We'll talk tomorrow.